What's up, family? So I wanted to talk about bullying. I honestly can't stand when people bully other people. The first time I seen somebody get bullied was in high school. No, excuse me, elementary school. Because people always have insecurities, whether it's jealousy, whether they're intimidated, whether they're lacking something at home like love or they have abuse. There's a lot of various reasons why that person may bully you or try to bully you until they realize when you stand up to the bully, he's realizing that, oh shit, I didn't think he was really going to stand up to me. And now they're actually scared. And now instead of being the prey and the predator, now you're the predator. Because one thing I noticed about bullies, they're the biggest freaking cowards in the world. Like, they are cowards. They have no freaking backbone. And the only time they have backbone is when they scream really, really loud, or they have a posse behind them, or they threaten you with a knife or a gun, something crazy like that. I seen this one guy, and I knew him since freshman year when I met him. His name was David. I'll never forget that he was getting bullied a lot. Like, I mean, a lot, bro. I seen him with my own eyes. I even helped him out when I seen him in the hallways. And he was kind of short, like he was real short, but he was also an introvert like me. So me and him connected a lot. Like, when we see each other, we spoke here and there, briefly, nothing too serious, but we spoke. And I just remember one time he was just fed up with it, and you can just tell. And one thing about introverts, about us, when we get really pissed off, we don't say anything. We may look pissed, but we don't say anything. We just be quiet the whole time. And I was always told, my mom used to always tell me that you got to be careful with quiet people. Quiet people are the most dangerous people. You got to be careful with them. And what I'm getting at, I'm pretty dangerous myself, but I don't even like to allude that to my whole demeanor. But David, I'll never forget, he had this backpack one time, and this was during high school, freshman year, or it might have been sophomore year, one of the grades. This was like 15 years ago, guys. I'm 31 at the moment. But he had a backpack. I remember his backpack, and he showed me his backpack and had a gun in there. And I was kind of shocked to see that, but at the same time, I wasn't really shocked because he told the teachers and the principal that he was getting bullied. And I even seen it, another teacher seen it, and guess what? They didn't do anything about it. Half these schools don't do shit about bullying. And then next thing I know, because me and him had a class together, I just remember he went to the bathroom, and I guess somebody found his backpack or walked past it, and we was on lockdown for a strong 4 hours. I remember that day like it was yesterday. And I remember seeing him in the office for it had to been 2 hours. Like class time was over, and then I seen him through another class. And then the very next day, he disappeared. Like, I never, ever seen him again. He was gone. He was gone, bro. And I felt bad for him. And you probably think, why would you feel bad for a guy that had a gun? No, because it's crazy to me. The moment that you stand up to a bully, the teachers or bystanders, whoever's outside, want to be like, oh, he's such a bad guy. But the bully can pick on you all day long and nobody will say anything. That is bullshit, bro. That is fucking bullshit. There was another time, too, a couple times with me, family, when I was in high school, specifically, and I'm going to talk about my middle school and elementary school. I remember bullying got so bad with me, and I was fighting a lot in high school, like a lot. Like, my first freshman year and sophomore year, I was fighting a lot to the point I got suspended probably maybe 5 times. Like, well, if we're going to count both grades all together, I probably got suspended about 10 times. For real, I'm not even making that up. I was once suspended for 2 months. It was like a month and a half. It was suspended for a minute. But I brought a knife. It was a steak knife. It was in my backpack. But before I left to go to school, because my mom dropped me off at school, I was a freshman at the time. She found a steak knife in my bag, and I told her, she was like, why did you have the steak knife? And I just told my mom straight up, I needed protection. Because these dudes, that's what bullies do. Bullies always run in cliques, or they want to have weapons. A bully would never walk by himself solo because he's a fucking, I don't want to cuss, but he's a punk, he's a pussy, he's a bitch. That's what bullies do in the workplace, school, wherever. And I got tired of these dudes messing with me. And I had it in my mind when I was a freshman, because teachers didn't care, principal didn't care, they didn't give a F. I was like, let one of these bitch ass dudes fuck with me, I'm gonna shank one of these dudes. And it's not because I'm a violent person. And David, the guy I mentioned who had the gun, he's not everybody has a limit, bro. You can be Gandhi, you can be Martin Luther King, you can be anybody, you can be the most peaceful person in the world. Everybody has a limit. You can only push a person so far. And my limit was at that point. Luckily, my mom threatened to sue the school, so nothing happened. But it just proves my point that people need to leave people the fuck alone, bro. Leave people the fuck alone. There was another time in school where this one guy was kind of bothering me. Well, he had a clique, of course, and I never forget Coach Carter. I love him to death. The school fucked him over. Like, a girl tried to say he touched her, and she lied. Coach Carter, he didn't touch her. And you be like, how do you know? He wasn't that type of guy, bro. Trust me. Coach Carter wasn't that dude, bro. Love Coach Carter. If you're watching this, Coach Carter, love you, bro. But I never forget my freshman year when I finally stood up to these guys. But there was like this one guy in particular. He was like the ringleader, I guess, like because he had like a little crew, his little minions, whatever you want to call them. Coach Carter, I never forget, he called me by my name. My real name, for people who don't know, is David. And he didn't say it in a bad way, but he wanted to talk to me. And I never forget, he said, I remember the words exactly. He said, David, I'm proud of you. And I looked up and I was like, you proud of me? He's like, I've been noticing for the past few weeks, these guys have been giving you trouble. And I was wondering, well, no, he's like, I was waiting for you to stand up to him. And the guy that got pushed to the floor, because I pushed the shit out of him. I was like, I said, leave me alone. I said, leave me alone. I pushed the shit out of him. And he was just like, Coach, he pushed me. He's starting to punch me in the face. And Coach Carter, he was like, yeah, but I also seen you for weeks bothering him with your crew and giving him a hard time. And all he did was walk away and ignore you, but you kept harassing him. And I never forget, Coach Carter told me this. I remember this like it was yesterday. He said, David, you never ever let nobody disrespect you, and always stand up for yourself. You're a good guy. Don't let nobody bother you. And like he really patted, like I remember he gave me like a hug, man. I never forget that day. And you probably like, how do you remember that in 2000? I was a freshman between 2006 and 2007. So this was like some years ago, but I never forget that day like it was yesterday. Like he was proud of me, and I felt that. Because he probably thought, I think back then he's probably thinking like, it's only a matter of time until he stands up to himself. And I did stand up to myself. I got tired of these dudes messing with me, dude. And like the David guy and other people, I noticed this. When you're an introvert, introverts get picked on a lot. Like, I mean a lot, bro, because I noticed with other introverts, we just don't like talking to people like that. That's just not our thing, bro. We don't do that, bro. That's just not our thing, bro. If we do talk to people, we got to warm up to you. We may say a couple words here and there, but we like to fill you out. We like to observe the whole area. We like to look at things and pretty much absorb everything like a sponge. We hear everything. We see everything. And if we got like a little a relationship developed, then we'll open up a little more. But if we see something that's just kind of funny or just kind of just off, we'll just cut off all communications whatsoever and go back to our element where we're comfortable in. And introverts always get picked on too, because we don't like talking about this any bullshit. We like conversations with actual substance. See, I'm a thinking introvert. I look at things from a philosophical point of view and a very, very wide perspective. I'm a thinking introvert, and I love it. And I noticed like the introverts that I did meet in school, whether it's middle school, high school, or elementary school, they always got picked on the most versus the extroverts. It's because we're different, or we was called weird, or we're called strange, or we're called creepy. And it's not that we're creepy and weird. We just like to stick to ourselves. We like to draw, or we like to read books, or we just like to wonder sometimes with our mind. We go to places in our mind that you can't even go in real life. And like the whole thing with bullying in the workplace, I seen that as well. And some people tried that with me. The difference was with a workplace, I'm a grown up. I'm an adult. So I'll let you know 2 or 3 times, not even that many times, usually just once or twice. If you keep F with me, I'm just gonna put my hands on you. But recently I had an incident that was like a month and a half ago where I really needed a paycheck, and I wasn't trying to go to jail. And I have a lot of self-restraint. I'm a grown man. I cracked the code to this realm. I don't let emotions dictate my move. I mastered my emotions. Be shapeless like water. Move accordingly. Never ever go to war and base it off emotions. You think and strategize on a logical point of view. And that's really how you're supposed to move throughout this journey. You never ever want to do anything with emotions, because the moment you react off emotions is the exact moment that you will die, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. Never ever, and I mean ever, never react off emotions. But I kept to myself. I stood firm, and I do that at every job or even school. And usually the bully backs off, even with their clique, let's try to push up on the person. Because if you look at a bully in real life, they have no type of strength. That's why they try to bully people, to try to make themselves bigger, to give them like an ego boost. And I'm going to tell you straight up, if I see somebody bullying somebody in school, and I had seen this, or at a workplace, I do stand up for them because I know what it feels like to get bullied, bro. There was another time a lot of people don't know in middle school. I'll never forget. Middle school was the worst. That's when bullying like really started for me. I was, believe this or not, bro, I'm 6'2" now, but I was kind of short at one time. Like to go back to high school, I'll never forget when I was a senior, I think I was like 5'10" for a while. Like a while, bro. Like I'm not even making this up. And no, 5'10" isn't short, but it's like, I mean, it's not really short, but you know how girls are like, you 5'10", you gotta be 6 feet, you know how that is. And I was just like, so I was never really a big dude like that. So middle school, go back to middle school, when I was 11, I was probably maybe like 5'3", 5'4", realistically. I was a little below my mom because she's 5'5". I wasn't no skinny dude, but I wasn't fat. I was just average height. But I'll never forget this 8th grader, bro. I'll never forget this shit. I never knew this dude. I just knew he was bigger than me. Let's be honest. He was bigger than me, bro. And I never seen him, never met him, but I knew he just kept looking at me one time, and I just ignored him. That's what we do, introverts. We just ignore him. And I'll never forget my mom. She gave me her last $5 because she gets paid once a month. She works for the school system. And my dad, he pretty much pays all the bills because my mom makes like no money at all, barely. But she gave me her last $5, and her payday wasn't for like another, like, I think week and a half or 2 weeks. And I'll never forget the bully during the lunch line. He looked me dead in my eyes and said, I need that money. And I looked at him and I was like, I'm not giving you no money, because I was about to pay for my food. Because the little lunch lady was like 2 feet away. He's like, I'm gonna need that money. And I was like, I'm not giving you my money. Next thing I know, he took his actual hands and tried to put it in my pocket, bro. And and before you know, we was fighting, bro. Like we was fighting. Cause I ended up whooping his, like, for surprise, I ended up whooping his ass. Like I punched the shit out of him because I was like, I was mad, not just because he was just bullying me, but the fact that he was trying to take my mom's last $5, and I wasn't gonna let you do that. Cause if you would have took that money, you stealing from my mom. That was her last $5, and we barely had any food in the house. We struggled with money in the house and food. Like we had a hard life growing up, bro. And you wasn't gonna take that meal away from me, because you would have took that lunch meal away from me. I didn't have much to eat at that house, and I would have been hungry that night. You wasn't gonna take that food away from me, bro. So I felt like it was like my life depended on it, because I was hungry. You know what I'm saying? And when I took that tray, because when I kind of dozed and I snacked him with the tray, and then he just left me. Yeah, of course I went to the office, but I told him the story, and they saw he was bothering me, so I didn't get in trouble. But it's like, bro, leave people the fuck alone, bro. Leave people the fuck alone. There was another time I got bullied on the school bus when I was in elementary school. Yeah, that was a long time ago, bro. That was a long time. Was that elementary school? Was that 6th grade? I think it was 6th grade. That was such a long time. But I just remember Timmy was on him. Oh, you don't know Timmy. He was like my childhood friend, and Maurice. No, I think it was, no. It was elementary school. It was elementary. Yeah. And this dude, he was the ringleader, and he had his posse, of course. It was like 7 dudes. It was a bunch of dudes. And I was going to fight. I'll never forget, I was 10 or 11. No. I think I was 11, but I'm not sure. It was either 5th or 6th grade. But I remember I was about to fight the dude, the ringleader. But as soon as I stepped up to him, bro, the 6, 7 dudes walked up behind him. And I had to be smart about this as a kid. I'm a kid, bro. I'm literally a kid. And he was 13. He was in 8th grade. I'll never forget that. So yeah, this might have been middle school then. Yeah, he was 13 or 14. And I'm just like, and it was funny, I was smart as a kid. I was like, if I fight this dude, the 6 or 7 dudes is gonna beat my ass. Which means, I think it was realistically like 6 dudes. So with him it's 7. So basically we'll just say it's odd number 7 dudes. And I was like, I don't want to get beat up by 7 fucking dudes, bro. That's gonna hurt really bad. And they're in 8th grade on top of it, which means they're bigger and older than me, bro. I don't want to get my ass, so I'm little as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was in 6th grade, bro, when I was in 6th grade, I was like, for real, like 5'2", 5'3", like 130 pounds, bro. Like, I was not a big dude. Like, I was not a big dude, bro. I was not a big dude, bro. For real. But I never forget, I told my mom and my dad, it was a funny story, because my mom, she took off work early, bro, and she got off, and I guess she parked somewhere. And then my friend Timmy said, hey, David, I think that's your mom in the bushes. And I looked at my mom. I was like, Mom, what are you doing in the bushes? And she had her friend with her too, Alicia, which was Maurice's mom. Maurice was my childhood friend too. And it was like, David, point him out. And I'm like, Mom, it's him. And it's his crew right there. All I knew was funny. When we pointed him out, the crew Bro, tell me why the crew ran. They ran away from their leader. I was like, oh, now he's by himself. His homeboys left him. And the crew, and then my mom was like, and they followed him back to where he lived. And bro, when my dad got home, oh, it was a wrap, dude. It was a fucking wrap when my dad got, because remember, my dad was in his early 30s at that time. This is 2003, bro. So yeah, I was in 6th grade. My dad was 33 years old, bro. He was young as fuck, had a lot of energy, bro. He wasn't an angry person, like he was somewhat aggressive, but he's a lot more calmer now in his 50s versus his 30s. So he was amped up, bro. Remember back then, bro, this is 2003. My dad was working 2 fucking jobs. I'll never forget this. My dad was not only pissed that I got bullied, because he got bullied too as a kid, but the point that he had to take off from his second job, which means he's losing money. Oh, he was pissed, bro. It was worse. My son is getting bullied and I got to take off my second job. Oh yeah, my dad went to the dude's house. My uncle was with him. The dude he was Bosnian, I think. He was speaking his language. My dad said, speak motherfucking English. And my dad, I kid you not, I swear to God, bro, he picked up the bully by his fucking neck, and the dude's feet was off the ground. And he said, where the fuck do you live? Where you live at? And I was like, oh shit. Dude, the bully was fucking shitting his pants. He was scared out of his ass. I never in my life seen him so scared. Cause my dad is a big dude. He's 6'2", and he's about a good 240, 230 in muscle. Like, he's muscular as fuck, bro. Even back, he's always been a muscular dude. He just got good genes, like muscle wise. I'm always skinny for some reason. Like, I don't know why. I got muscle, but I'm just slim. I think I get it from my mom's side. But he went to the parents' house, and they were speaking that language. My dad barged into the house and said, y'all gonna leave my son alone. It's gonna be a problem. It was crazy, bro. I was like, damn. That shit was crazy. There was another time in elementary school where when we lived in the projects, where I'll never forget, when we was playing in the little sand area. I was 5 years old at the time. I might have been 4, bro, because my birthday is into July. But I remember it was in 97. So I might have been 4 because I didn't turn 5 yet. And I remember this girl, she was way fucking bigger than me, like way bigger. I think she was like 7th or 8th grade. I just know they said she was like in middle school at that time. And I was on a little tire swing with the other kids. And she was basically like a Debo, bro, because when she walked onto the play set, which I don't understand why a 13, 14-year-old girl is on a playground with a bunch of 5 and 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you're way older than you're about to be in high school. Like, you feel me? But all the other kids like ran and got off the little tire swing when she came up, and I was still on the tire swing. I was never scared even as a kid, bro. I was 4 or 5 years old. And I remember she looked me dead in my eye. I don't know how I still remember this, bro. And this is 1997. She looked me dead in my eyes and said, move off the swing. Like, she said it like I was about to cuss, but I don't think she cussed. She's like, move off the swing. And I said, no. She's like, I'm going to say it because she said, move off the swing. And I said, no. Next thing you know, she literally pushed me off the swing. I'm a little ass kid. And my little ass was trying to fight. Bro, my little ass was like 4 or 5 years old trying to fight a 13-year-old. No, she didn't whoop my ass, but she literally pushed the shit out of me. And I remember my arm hurt really bad. And then she threw sand in my eye. And then, like, I just remember my mom saying my name because she heard me like screaming. I just remember screaming because the sand was like burning my eyes. And then my mom came outside and the girl like ran, and she took me to the hospital. It was bad, bro. And then, like, I remember my dad don't let me bring my dad into. Oh, my dad was pissed, bro, because my dad was pissed. He went to the dudes. I don't know how he found out where she lived, but I remember my dad, he had his gun on him, bro. I'm gonna be honest with him, because we lived in the projects, bro, so he had to have some protection on him. But he saw the dude who was the bully's the bully's dad, and I remember the dude like was at the door, and my dad said, yeah, I need to talk to you. And he's like, what's your business, basically? And I just remember him, my dad, one thing about my dad, he's a real stoic dude. Like, you would think he's mad, but he's not mad. He's real calm and collect. Like, he balances emotions. Sometimes he can get aggressive, but he's really just a stoic dude. And you could tell my dad was getting a little irritated because I'm his son, bro. And I remember the dude was kind of laughing, just being like big deal. And I remember my dad was just like, he kind of barged into the apartment because the dude was trying to close the door. And the next thing I know, my dad walked out the house, the little apartment, and said, you ain't got to worry about that no more. Because I remember seeing 2 or 3 dudes in that apartment. And I was like, Dad, how did you walk into an apartment and nothing happened? He said, oh, don't worry about it. I found out years later, my dad said I wasn't packing anything. I was like, nah, Dad, there's no way in hell one dude walking into an apartment with 2 or 3 dudes inside that apartment. You definitely was holding something. But I got other stories about bullying, but dude, people need to leave people the fuck alone. I seen it in the workplace so many times, and it's just old, bro. Leave people the fuck alone. Bro, one last thing I meant to say. I think this is probably the craziest story. I told this before about I seen a dude lose $5. This is not a bully story. And the other dude, because they were rolling dice in the bathroom, and he stabbed him with a box cutter over $5. But the wildest thing that happened to me, bro, is I'll never forget. I forgot who this dude was. He was kind of woofing. You know, dudes be woofing and stuff. That's just what dudes do. They're just ego and pride filled. And he was talking all this shit to me in the hallway. This is my junior year in high school. And I was just like, all right, I'm right here. I'm standing here, whatever. He didn't make a move, so I thought it was over. I kid you not, bro. I'll never forget this like it was yesterday. I was taking a literal piss in the bathroom. It was near the cafeteria. And my mind and my ears are always open. I heard this dude swing on me. He missed, but my dick was literally out of my pants, and I kind of got piss on my leg, and we was fighting in the bathroom. Like, we was literally fighting, bro. This dude was such a fucking bitch that he tried to sucker punch me, and he missed that. And I ended up whooping his ass, but the fact that he tried to literally punch me while I was taking a piss, and he still got his ass whooped, just shows how much of a pussy he is. Like, it's just crazy. There was another time, too, with my man Bryce. I love Bryce, man. He was a good dude. Just like my boy Neil. Shout out to Neil. But Bryce, and Neil, this wasn't a bully stuff. Neil helped me out when I was homeless. But Bryce was a cool dude. Me and him was always tight. I ain't spoke to him in a while. No, we're still friends on Facebook, but I don't even use Facebook like that. And I'll never forget when me and Bryce was talking in the hallway, these two dudes, I don't know who these two dudes were. I forgot. This is junior year as well. Of course, you know, one of these dudes, I think it might have been the same dude that tried to start a fight with me in the bathroom. I don't know, but these two dudes were trying to start some bullshit with me. My man Bryce was right there, and I never forget, like, I just never forget how like the fire in his eyes, bro. He stepped like slightly in front of me. He said, "You're not gonna bully my friend in front of me. You're not gonna do this in front of me." And then like one of the other dudes, I was right next to the other dude because he was trying to be hard and tough. He stepped up to Bryce, and Bryce looked him dead in the fucking eye. And then they both was like, "Nah, let's get up out of here." And what's funny, I was gonna help my friend out but my friend Bryce, bro, he didn't. You could, if you saw the fire in his eyes, bro, he was gonna whoop both their asses. Like, it was, bro. Like, there's people in this world that still, you know, fight for, you know, against bullying, bro, whether it's, you know, towards you or other people. You know, if you see somebody getting hurt or getting bullied at a job or school, dude, help them out, bro. Don't let them get bullied, because you're just as bad as the next person. I don't care what nobody says. If you see somebody getting picked on at work, even if they're adult or school, and you just watch them or you're laughing, you're just as fucked up and negative as the bully is. I fucking hate bullies, bro. You know, I got quite a few more stories. I don't want to make this video long as fuck, but peace and light always, guys.